All right. Thanks for stopping by. So I'm almost over my cold, feeling better. And what are we doing today? Today we're going to change the strings on this acoustic guitar that Van Gogh brand sent me to review. Let me give you a shot of the headstock. Van Gogh brand. It's a good guitar. I can already recommend it. However, if you are in a dry climate like I am, you will have to smooth down the frets on the edge, because in the dry climate the wood shrinks a little bit. It's got an EQ built into it. It's got a pickup jack on the other side, so you can use this as an electric also. It's a nice thin body, bright sounding design, and I like that in an acoustic because when I play acoustic, I play with my fingers. I pick with my fingers. I don't even use the pick. And here's the picks that come with it. You'll get a pack of these, but I don't use that when I play acoustic. I just finger pick, kind of Jim Croce style. So first thing we'll do is we'll take my string winder. This makes the job easy. Loosen the strings, and then we'll take these and clip the strings, and then we'll pull the pegs out of the bridge, unwind everything, ball up the old strings, dispose of them, clean off the fretboard. I will oil it slightly. I do have some lemon oil. However, I don't really think I have to on this guitar. This is engineered wood. This is not real rosewood. Not at this price point, no way. Because you can get these guitars for under $299. So there's no way this is going to have top quality wood in it. However, it does have a bright, clean sound. And the EQ on it is perfectly fine. Okay, so first thing, you just get your little string winder here and loosen all the strings. See how much easier that makes it. And just do all 6, and then we'll snip the strings. See, you want to loosen the strings first before you cut these, because you don't want all that tension relieving too quickly on the neck. Alright, let's do the other 5. And then it's going to be looking like this. You'll want to unwind every string up, ball it up, and dispose of it. And then we'll pull the pegs out with the pliers. Do the same with these. This can be a bit difficult. Just work it out. There we go. We're good to go now. And don't lose these. There we go. Put these to the side. Throw this away, and let's do the other 5. Okay, so we've got the bridge pegs removed. We got a lot of cleaning to do. You can see all that dust that builds up. There's one of the bridge pegs, and you'll notice it has a little groove on one side, and that's what the string runs down into. So when you go to put the strings back in, you just push them and press them. We'll get to that in a minute. Also lined them up the way they came out. That's the top E string, bottom E string, B, G, D, A. Okay. This is how I wind up all the strings before I throw them away. It's just so I don't get the string poking through the garbage bag. Okay, next thing we're going to put a little oil on the fretboard. Look how pretty that makes the wood. Nice rich colored. It brings out the grain. You just go in between each fret. And you can even put a little bit there on this nut. Now this is just, this is not bone. It is a synthetic bone. I cannot believe they put a really good nut on here at a guitar this cheap. But that is really good. Really high density. I like that. Got a lot of dust here. I don't want to get oil here. Let's just wipe the dust off. You know what? I am going to put a little oil on this bridge. One thing I'm not a fan of is the satin finish on this guitar. It shows up every single fingerprint. Look at that. And not a fan of the satin finish on a guitar. Just give me a traditional finish. But I know they had to do it. It's a cost-saving method. They did put nice binding all the way around it. Binding down the neck, which you just don't find on a budget guitar. So it's binding all the way around the body completely, and the neck. So that's a nice touch. Just not a fan of the satin finish. It has amazingly good tuning machines on it. Very stable. The ratio is not as high as I would like. It's advertised as 18:1. It is not. It's probably 12 or 14:1. So this is the replacement strings that I have chosen. You can see the gauge there, 0.012 to 0.053, and everybody knows that is light gauge on acoustic. However, on electric, that would be a medium heavy. I mean, most people play 10s on a Les Paul and 9s on a Stratocaster, and that's 12s. So this is considered light gauge on an acoustic guitar. Let's get them on. Okay, so they're not individually wrapped, so we're going to have to lay them out and sort them by gauge so we don't accidentally put the wrong string on the wrong tuning machine. Okay, so I've got them sorted out good enough. So this is my largest string, and this is that silver end. See, they're color-coded. That silver end is going to be my smallest string. Okay, so when you get the string started here, you just push the peg down and then pull the string back out to get that slack out. There we go. That's the only thing that holds it. You know, just that tension of where the peg is tapered. And then we'll pull this up and we'll wrap this about 3 or 4 good wraps around the machine head. Okay, so I've got 3 wraps on it, and it's very crucial that you bend the string back the opposite way that the machine head turns when it's tightening, because that's your catch point. So just bend that back and we'll snip that off when everything's done. And then we'll use this. And you're going to need 2 hands for this, because as you're turning this, you're going to want to push down on this. That way the string doesn't ride off the top of the machine head. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, before we go too tight with that, let's do all the others. Now, when you get to the G string, everything goes opposite, because then you're on the other side of the headstock and everything turns the opposite direction. So you'll want to wrap this way now. You'll go clockwise instead of counterclockwise. Maybe we should show this again. So you see how the string comes on the inside of that machine head and on the inside of this tuning machine head. So that's what I'm talking about. This was counter wrapped and that's clockwise wrapped. And when you tighten, you'll be going this direction, and on this side you're going this direction to tighten the string. Almost done. Now when you get down to the steel strings, the last 2, they don't have any bronze wound and it's very hard to grab them. You'll probably want to grab your needle nose pliers and pull that string through and get it tight, because you just can't do it with your fingers. So have those on hand ready to go for the last 2 strings. Okay, so now every string is on. None of the strings are very tight. They're snug. You know, just enough to for me to get everything down in the slots. Check to make sure everything's nice and straight there. I've got one that needs to come over right there. And repress your pegs because they will start to ride up on you. That one was coming up. And you'll do that as you're tuning the guitar to get everything settled. Look how nice and rich in color that fretboard is now that we put a little bit of oil on it. Yeah, I think this is going to be good. Doesn't sound like much now, but just wait. Let's tune it up, and I think I'll wait till I tune it up and then clip the excess of the strings off. All right, let's test it out. Take care, be well, smash the bell.